And I think it's important that we help these athletes, who sacrifice their bodies and their time and their lives for the sport to make sure they have a good life after it. Because the truth of the matter is, like, fighting is a moment in time for us. Like, even if we fought till 40 years old or 45 years old, you still have half your life to live. And I get really attached to my guys. I love my guys. And I want to make sure that their back half of their life is as good as the first half, And another part of that too is also the mental aspect of it, because a lot of fighters, their whole identity is fighting. It's the first time they've ever received love, whether it's just conditional love from fans, but it's the first time they receive love. And so when they lose that identity as a fighter, it can be a struggle at times. So to answer your question, yes, I think there's many roles management can play, but I think it's really looking at the big picture for the athlete so they can kind of focus on the micro at the time. It was just fighting and just that fight, right? We kind of have to take a GPS look, like, hey, what does 5 years look like? What does 10 years look like while they're in that moment and being present? So I think if you have a good manager, he allows you to be present in the moment, focusing one camp at a time, one fight at a time, while he's kind of planning out the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 years for you. And I think that's the key to all of it.
I'm glad you said that, because you and Bear got something in common. You see, he said he loved his guys just like Bear loved his guys, and he looks out for his fighters, the backside and the front side. He just look out for his guys. He loves backsides.
I mean, but Rampage,
I knew it was coming. I heard you say that. I go, man.
But you know what though? Like, Colin Oyama was the first one to really teach me that. He told me, he's like, Jason, if you go on your own, we're going back to business. Colin was the first one to kind of show me, like, Jason, if you go on your own, you can manage my guys, but I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm really all in for my guys. And Colin at I've seen Colin at weigh-ins or at fights. He'll get in a fight with anyone for the greater good of his guys. And I learned at a young age, like, that's our job. Like, he showed that to me right off the rip, that, like, hey, you're going to live and die by these guys. Like, if you're going to rep them and be their voice, like, you better have a voice. You better not be quiet in times you need to speak.
I'm going to tell you, Colin, to us, he was like our big brothers, and some of the youngest ones, probably, they look up to him like a dad. I looked at Colin like a big brother.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably don't know this about Colin, because a lot of people probably never got close enough to him to know, but man, he was one of the best dudes ever. Like, he would give you the shirt off his back. He used to have, he adopted a bunch of African kids.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A penny a day, whatever, all those things. And I always thought that stuff was scams, but it's his intent. He had a good heart. So I felt like a lot of us fighters was a charity case, because a lot of guys couldn't afford to pay him.
Exactly.
But he still trained them just as hard as he trained us.
Exactly.